Hey folks, how you doing? My name is John. We're back again for a new episode of our new show. But if you didn't know about it, it's called Hopes and Dreams by John and Mabel. I don't know if you got a chance to check our show out the last couple of weeks, but maybe you didn't understand what my show was all about. Our show is about hopes and dreams, but for a reason. And the reason is 12 years ago, I was on a special show and I got my dream that came true in education for my kids. But I'm also here with Mabel. She came from a different country, came over here and studied and opened up her own business. That's what's nice about hopes and dreams. We can fulfill your hope. We can give you dreams. But the thing about it is that you have to be a believer. We're here for you at any given time, like I tell everybody on our show. Please subscribe to our show, leave your comments. But today we have a special two guests that we're going to bring in here, and they have a little story that they're going to tell you. But it's a hope, it's a dream, it's a little bit of sorrow. But the nice thing about it is that they never give up on their dreams. So I'm going to introduce my two friends today. They're going to come in right now. Come on in there, folks. This is Dirty B and Shane Music. Sit down, my guys. A little chair over there for you. I'm going to come over here a little bit so Mabel can get you on the clips. So we're going to talk about, guys, 20 years ago. I want to flash back to your teenager days of how this all started. So Dirty B, I want you to tell me just a little bit about from your high school beforehand time of your life. How did this all come about?
When I was 15, I was growing up in the housing projects, and I started freestyle battling against a bunch of brothers that I used to hang with. And then I hit high school. I started a freestyle battle competition.
Okay.
In the whole school, there was over 400 students.
Awesome.
Had a DJ
Okay.
spinning, you know what I mean?
Cool.
I ended up winning 5 of the 6 battles.
So you had that naturally feeling that you want to do that. Is that correct?
Oh, 100%. It was all off the top of the head, not written. I wasn't even writing at this point. This was like 1997, right?
That is fantastic.
Anyhow, after the battles ran, I ended up, my mother was going through some hard times, so I had to drop over to high school, help her with some financial problems at home.
Understand.
Once I came back after 2 years and she was doing good, getting back on, I went back to high school. Scotia Music here, my younger brother, decided he wanted to start making the beats, so I started writing instead of freestyling. We started the album, The Life of Dirty B.
That is awesome. And now your brother's name is Shane, is that correct? Right?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, Shane, I want to just talk about a little bit. How did you put your beats together? How did you know that this beat would be good for his music? How did you know all that? How did that come to you? Was it through practice, or was it something that you felt that you could do right off the bat? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I did a lot of studying over the years, so taking records and spinning them on the record player, and then as that was from my younger years, and then creating mixtapes off of your tapes and everything, right?
Okay.
But also too, as I got older into going into high school is where I started to make the beats. So I would study what was going on in the local hip hop scene.
Okay.
What was happening on TV at the time, who's the big artist going on right now. So I would take songs and I would just study the beat in the background and would just try to divide the actual the people's voice from the actual beat. So I would I would just go into it deep, and so I'd study the beats, and then I would just kind of get the kick layout, the claps, the hi-hats, the snares, kind of getting it all together. And then I would just practice it on a program that was called FL Studio. It was a newer one.
Cool, I love it. So you said to Brad, Dirty B, that's his name for his music back 20 years ago, which was amazing. And as soon as he heard your beats, he said, okay, this is what we need. We need this for the music. You came out with that song 20 years ago. Tell me just a little bit about the song. We're not going to really do a video on it because we're going to save that for our clip 2 of another time. But I want you just to tell me a little bit about that song, that album that came out, Brad.
Okay, well, I had an album, and I have over 200 tracks. Decided to put this album together. My main hit on it was called Summertime. You can see that on YouTube.
Awesome.
Summertime with an A.
Okay.
Anyhow, it's a track about summertime in Nova Scotia and what goes on in Nova Scotia, like the pizza corner. That's where everyone rolls downtown. The guy that sells sausages hustling, trying to pay his rent at home. You know what I mean? Coming over to the liquor dome. We're all in the zone. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about Nova Scotia and how everyone is just trying to follow their hopes and dreams. You know, from starting from the bottom and trying to make it to the top.
That is awesome. So let's talk a little bit about, guys, about you had this all figured out. You had to go out to West to do the next position for that. What happened?
Now, what happened was I just had my son. He was 6 months old. I decided to invest on going out west in Vancouver and releasing my album out there. At this point, there was a rap group called The Rascals, and Red One had a studio. So I went out there and I was recording in Red One studio, and I realized I started hitting the clubs, but all their beats were all almost techno-ish.
Okay.
And if I was to release my East Coast style out there, it wouldn't have laid out proper. It wouldn't have sold because they were all into the quicker, you know, I don't want to promote drugs in any way, but they were all into the quicker drugs, so my beats weren't quick enough to hit the clubs type deal. So I decided to come back from out west to Nova Scotia.
Okay, so that was a crushing blow for both you guys because you wanted to take it to the next level, even though your music wasn't to that next level because they had the equipment, they had all the new gear out there, and you guys were kind of like, oh man, what am I going to do now? So let's just talk about what happened after all that. The crushing blow. What'd you do? Did you start up again? Did you start a new career for yourself, Dirty B? Tell me a little bit about your life after that blow.
Well, basically, once I came back from out west, because really didn't have nothing to do with the gear that they had out there. It was really about what their lifestyles were about. That's the reason why my music wouldn't go, because they were more into faster paced stuff. Once I got home, I thought, you know, my son's almost like 1 year old now. It's time to be a dad. I got to get a job. I went to Subway, started working for a fella named Trevor, and I had to kind of step it up. Basically, I almost gave up on my hopes and dreams, and like everybody else in Scotia. And yeah, it's time to grow up and be a dad type deal, right? So I did a little bit of music here and there, but I kind of fell off and focused on raising my son type deal.
That's awesome. So I just wanted to be able to highlight for both you guys. You both have families now. You're living that other life, but now you guys want to come back again. You know why you want to do that? Because this is your style. This is what you guys like to do. It's because you have a hope. You have a dream. We all have that, but you need to fulfill it. How do we fulfill it? We're going to fulfill your dream with our dream on our site. And that's what it's all about. Hopes, dreams, accomplishments. Don't give up. That's what it's all about. And you know, I know you guys can do it. I know you're gonna go do a new album, and we're gonna talk about that in our second one that we're gonna start talking about in a little while. Not right now, but the nice thing about it is that our show is about that. Coming back, not giving up. Believe in yourself. Believe in your family. Family will help you. We will help you. Friends will help you. YouTube people will help you. Why? Because that's what it's all about. Hopes, dreams, reality. But what I want to do here is I'm going to slide in here, Mabel. I want you to see these two guys here with me. These are great guys. These guys have a future because they don't give up. So what we're going to do, folks, we're going to head out for now. We're hoping to see you back on another episode. Maybe not that long, but hey, stay tuned to YouTube channel for us, and please subscribe for free. Bye for now.